Welcome back, everyone, to our Groundskeeper Chat series. I am your host, Meg Kruger. I'm coming live to you from Fort Worth, Texas. We are here on the trade show floor on prep day. So this is the first year where we've had so many guests that we had to roll it over to the day before. But there's a little bit more hustle and bustle here today than we're used to. So if you hear some horns blaring or some drills rolling, just know that we're really sitting in the true environment of show day prep. So my two guests that are joining me, my victims, as Holly may find out, I refer to them as, I saw Nick in the lobby yesterday, and he was like, he was very quick to offer you up.
I will say he did send me a text to ask if I was willing to do this.
Good.
So he did ask first. He didn't just say yes, I don't think.
Well, I told her yes, and then I had the crap moment of like, I better text Holly really quick to make sure she's down with this. And so I was like, tell me now so I can let Meg know if I'm rearranging her schedule again.
I mean, to be fair, he is the more introverted one of the two of us.
Oh, really?
So
okay.
I'm more likely to say
yes. I would
yes.
never describe him as an introvert.
Most people don't.
Not here.
Okay.
He's in his element here. So him talking about grass and dirt and all those things, and he'll talk for hours.
I love that.
At home, he just needs time.
At home, I like that wall. It's nice and quiet.
Yes.
Leaves me alone.
And I'm just the opposite.
But it's a problem if you start putting like your nose to the wall. As long as you're admiring the wall from a distance.
I mean, every once in a while I get put in the dunce corner. And
I love
sit
it.
in the corner. You're in timeout, Nick. So.
Deservingly so.
Well, to officially introduce my two next guests, it's Nick McKenna and Holly Kasperbauer.
Kasperbauer. Yep.
Kasperbauer.
Yep.
Wonderful. And I'm so happy that you guys are joining us. You saw Tyler Morris here, and that was his counterpart, Alex.
Okay.
So they were my first power couple of the series. And then we had the Goatleys on.
I don't want to follow them.
And now we have you guys, our next power couple. But you guys really tested your relationship today. You hosted a session together. That's something I like. I know myself. I know my relationship. Absolutely not. Like, my husband and I were asked to give a best man maid of honor speech once, and I was like, we will have separate papers. We will stand up there at the same time, but I'm not working with you. This is my time to shine.
So I'll let Nick tell the story of when we took classes together as undergraduates.
Okay.
So I have a minor in horticulture, and Nick's major was horticulture with turfgrass.
Okay.
So we actually took some classes together.
Amazing.
She actually prefaced that in the beginning of our talk. She goes, this is the first time we've ever presented together, so this could be interesting. She goes, it very well may be the last time based on some college interactions.
Well, and how did the prep go? Like, that's where I think I would have struggled, is like, I would have wanted to have full control over the slides. Yes. Okay.
Full control.
Okay.
Mostly because this is kind of my content area.
Okay.
Like, that's my subject matter expertise.
Okay, cool.
I joked that Nick is like the Vanna White to it.
Yeah. That's
he needed to bring like the context.
Yes.
I've got the hair for it.
The turfgrass industry. But when we took classes together at Iowa State, I would be the one to like do flashcards and study nights before an exam.
Yep.
And Nick would borrow my flashcards the night before an exam and cram, but then score like a little bit better than me. So
infuriating.
Holly and Nick's relationship could not maintain doing that.
You needed to go a different path.
We needed to not take classes together anymore.
Yeah, so to go into Holly's will, like, she's certified in like strengths finders, Myers-Briggs, like personality assessment stuff. So like it. Both of us in our top 5 strengths, competition is there.
Yes.
I love it.
And so we learned
we share,
after about yes. Otherwise, we're polar opposites. Otherwise, so we quickly learned in college, like, probably not, like, there's just too much competitiveness grade-wise for us to take classes. Especially when, she would, like, school came naturally to me in a lot of ways. Yeah. So I could say, hey, can I borrow your note cards for a couple hours? And I'd review and then score
Then we'd
better.
walk out of the test, and he'd get a score back, and he'd be like, oh, yeah, I got a 97. And be like, I got an 83.
Not cool.
Not cool. So
not cool at all.
So it was similar to preparing for today. I mean, I put together the slides because I've done this kind of presentation before.
Okay.
And Nick looked them over.
In my defense, I will say this was her wheelhouse. Like, I know when to stay in my lane.
Yes.
And I'm like,
the Vanna White of it all.
I rely on her. Like, these are like this is a topic we'll randomly just start talking about like over dinner.
Yeah.
And like, so I'm drawing on her expertise to help me improve, and she's using my real world experiences.
I love it.
To give out as examples to people that she works with in classes. And,
yes.
And so that was kind of the idea behind it, was like she would bring the true knowledge base, strong core knowledge on it, and then I could hopefully tie it in and provide some real world experiences specifically to the sports field management industry.
Yes.
Was the idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and everyone on the podcast knows Nick McKenna, past president of SFMA, big Texas A&M guy, Aggie Sports on Twitter, right? Is that what you're?
Aggie Field staff. I'm Aggie Field, at Aggie Field guy, and then we also have a crew handle that's at Aggie Field staff.
Yes.
So that I try to manage. But.
Holly, tell us what you do. Give us that elevator pitch.
So I work at Texas A&M. I work with the Bush School of Government and Public Service.
Okay, very cool.
Specifically, so our students that I work with, most of them are graduate students studying either international affairs or public service and administration.
Okay.
They want to go be public servants, so go work for the federal government. They want to go into intelligence, CIA, FBI, or they want to do nonprofit work. And then we also have undergraduates studying political science.
Okay.
And I do our leadership programming for those students. So I work in student services where I do leadership kinds of things. So
okay, very cool.
Communication, stress, conflict, teams, all those kinds of things with our students. Those, what I always put in air quotes of soft skills, but
yes.
are really those skills that are employable skills.
Yeah.
Nick has coined them essential skills.
Yes, we talked about soft skills, essential skills last Groundskeeper chat, I think.
I think Dr. Goatley's stolen that term
Yeah.
from me. So, but I will freely give it to him. I'll freely give it to him with as much as I've taken from him. So that's a fair trade.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. So you were saying this as you walked up, like, this is such a well-suited conference for Holly to be at. Like, I can't think of a better fit than a group of people who the leadership opportunities are endless, but also bringing in that next generation, attracting that new labor pool, finding those leaders in your organization and empowering them to take that next step.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your session, how you guys framed it, how it went. This is our official SFMA debrief. Yeah. We got you right after the game. This is your press conference.
I think we brainstormed a few topics before I submitted something. And I thought about like something on mentorship or work-life balance, but I know the Goatleys kind of do that and they're really good at it. Mm-hmm. So I thought about like right now in the workforce, we have 5 generations all working together.
Crazy.
And that's crazy. Mm-hmm. And it's causing some generational conflict potentially. Yeah. And so the things that we can do to understand those generational differences is something I started studying in 2003 as a graduate student, right when millennials were like the new thing and everyone was really scared of millennials and what they were going to do. Instead, I took the approach of like, let's understand who this population is and really get to understand who they are and what they're motivated by. And I think that's kind of what we ended on was we actually have more in common than we are different, which is really refreshing for me that we aren't as different as we like to think we are. Yes, there are generational differences, but we all care about people. We care about doing work that matters and making a difference. And so how can we harness those things for the good that they are? And so I think that's kind of how we approached our session.
Very cool.
And I think it went well. We had a good group. I got them to engage. That was one of my first questions. I'm like, I'm going to come in and I'm going to ask them to participate because I'm a facilitator by trade. So I'm going to ask them to participate. And I think they did. I mean, I felt like they engaged with us. And
that's why she let me in the room, is so I could call people.
You were giving them the evil eye.
Well, I could call people out, and I was like, if they don't participate, I'll just start calling out people that I know.
Yes,
and put them on the spot.
Smart.
And she's like, fantastic.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's what I needed.
But they freely volunteered it. It was, they actually, I thought they engaged well. And what was surprising to me is like some of our key like word talking points that like they nailed. Like we didn't have to give them the words. It was from their mouth to the screen, and it was like that's the exact term like that gets used in describing that generation.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, like they're connected with this, and so like I think it actually resonates.
Yeah.
Very cool. And I always find that a lot of prep goes into those things. Obviously, you have the deliverables that you're looking to give, but you also get a lot from it as the speakers.
Yeah.
So, what were some of your main takeaways from the session?
I think for me, I'm getting to see people in his industry. Like I know what Nick does for a job. Sometimes I feel like I know too much about the turfgrass industry for my own knowledge. I know just enough to be dangerous. I feel like. Yes. But for me, getting to see a room full of I think all ages of people is really exciting to know that there is a younger generation that's really excited about this kind of work.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think about the load that it takes to do this kind of work, and I see it firsthand. But to look out and see like, oh my gosh, like there's a lot of people here who I think are really interested in doing sports fields, which is exciting. That is, and I've gotten to meet people that I've known their names over the years.
Yes,
but I've never gotten to meet them in person. So for me, that's been a lot of fun to be able to connect with some of these people that he's known for years.
I love them.
Yeah, and I mean, for my takeaway was like to look in the room and like for years I've pointed at like as an association, as an industry, as sports field managers, like we do the technical stuff really, really well. Like we know how to talk about how to drag an infield and what fertilizers to use for we don't do a great job in developing this side of ourselves. And like the first thing I admitted to the crowd was like, the soft skills I call them essential skills, because I said in the grand scheme of things, the success, if I want to claim that I've had success in my career, like it hasn't been because of my knowledge base about turfgrass or how to manage a baseball infield. It's been in my ability to connect with people, how I communicate, how I lead in those relationships. And so it's that aspect. And so like you had in that room, I think we had 4 of the 6 generations. I don't think we had, and the only reason I think we didn't have all 6 is because the youngest generation, they're only 13. At the oldest 13 years old right now. And the oldest generation, the minimum age is 80 right now. But so we had this cross-generational room of everybody that, the older people are wanting to learn how they interact and work with the younger generations, the millennials, the zillennials, and then the younger kids, I think, are coming into it from a perspective of like, hopefully maybe how do I better understand my boss who is this older generation, and maybe it hopefully set off a light bulb of like, okay, so like that's the reason Nick is the way he is, because it's generational tendencies, and then how do we work across those to build a team that's successful.
And the grass and the science behind it, the passion for sports, all of those things are maybe what attract people to this industry. But it's all those undercurrents, how you are empowered in your job, what kind of leadership opportunities you might have, what kind of boss do you have. It's all of those things that keep people in the industry.
And those are the things that aren't taught in college across the board. We do a really good job in higher ed of teaching the technical skills. We teach you the things that you need to know, but that technology changes so quick that by the time you learn it, it's outdated. And so I'm like, we need to do a better job of teaching these other kind of life skills that people need to be successful, because those are the things you're going to be judged on. Like, you're not going to be judged on how well can you drag an infield. Like, it's how well did you mentor the next generation.
I mean, like Holly and I are blessed. Like we're both FFA kids. Like we were a product of the FFA system. So like those programs that at very young age and tied to like our agricultural backgrounds allowed us to connect with speaking abilities and leadership in like that. So like the fact that we hosted the National Turfgrass Science Invitational for FFA programs in conjunction with this conference happened today.
So cool.
Like super cool, because we're hopefully tapping in to a whole nother group that is hopefully that's already working on developing some of these skills, and now we can hopefully teach them the technical aspect of it and merge it into the next great leadership generational force of the SFMA. So yeah, like that's really exciting. Like she said, had it not been for that, like those were things we were never taught. So like for her and I, we're blessed. Like they're inherent to us because we started at a very young age developing them. And so like there's all these generations, or the number of students I work with that getting comfortable being uncomfortable and in front of groups and how to cross communicate, like such an essential skill.
It's nothing for us to stand up in front of a group of people and give a presentation. That doesn't cause me jitters, but I think that's because of FFA. Like I was forced to do that, not forced, but encouraged to take those opportunities at a young age. And so for me, that's always come natural, but that's definitely not something we see. I see it in my college students that I have now, graduate students who have never been asked to give a presentation until they come to college. Like that's kind of crazy to me to think that. And they get so nervous that they walk out of a room, or like, it's okay to get nervous and have those jitters because that means you care. But we need to make sure we are teaching the next generation of that. And I think you have so many people who love sports, and this industry is the perfect combination for someone who they just love sports, but maybe they're not going to go play college baseball or college football. There are other opportunities that they can take advantage of when they're passionate about sports. I think that's why Nick would say, like, kind of how he got into this industry is because of that. Whether that was because he loved mowing yards with his dad, or if it was because he loved playing sports and kind of got to college and was at a crossroads of, I don't know what to major in. I'm going to change my major again, and found his way to horticulture with turfgrass. It's kind of fun to think about that. And we've all had, though. I thought I wanted to be a veterinarian when I went to college originally, and ended up being on a teacher route instead. Completely different pathway, but I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like that same way with Nick. He's doing what he was meant to do.
Yeah, it is crazy how we have that image of what we're going to do. Like, I went medical route at first, and I'm glad I switched because, like, the first time my son, like, he cracked his forehead open, I literally stood there for a full 3 minutes just staring at the blood. Like, my husband, like, rushed in the room. I didn't even scream or move. I literally just froze. And all I could think,
like, thank goodness I'm not doing that.
And I was like, and it really, that was one of my first thoughts, like, holy crap, can you imagine what would have, like, oh my gosh, thank God. But you really do find your way. But with this industry in particular, it's like, I found my way because, journalism was one step over. Like, that was a very easy thing for a college advisor to be like, okay, well, you wanted to do people, you can interview people instead of sew them up or whatever. But this isn't on the radar for so many of those college advisors, parents, those people that you talk to that help those kids make those decisions.
Well, even when I talk to, like, my students about what Nick does for a job, they think he has the coolest job in the world.
It is,
and he does have a really cool job,
cool.
right? But they don't, like, we don't even. We don't think that that's a job that somebody does until you tell them, like,
the magic elves in the background. So I always
somebody's out there
them.
mowing that grass and painting the field and hours of paint, and they don't think about that the same way we probably don't think about their jobs. Same, like, you only see what's right in front of you.
Yeah, well, there's definitely so many elements of that, but your other session here this week is about your events that Texas A&M had. And, we had Tyler Morris on. He's clearly got a full schedule of things going on.
Very much.
And so we talked a little bit about, like, that support system and how important it is not only to have a great support with your crew and everything, but that counterpart, that person that, like, hey, I've got to host 3 concerts in the next 2 weeks and somehow, have the field ready in 3 days. So I'm going to be dropping A, B, and C, those 4 balls that I usually take, and, having that vulnerability or that person that, like, you don't even have to say it. They just pick up the pieces.
Well, I think we've learned from people who have done it well. So, like, the Goatleys, for example.
Yeah, you guys had lunch with them, right?
Yes. And they set such a good example, I think, of how you can manage that. So I think we've picked up things from them. Even some of the coaches we've had that we've been around that they would sneak away during the day to go do lunch together. Like, you find time when you can. That's, I think, what we've realized over the years is that, like, let's maybe go get breakfast today.
Well, and what you're doing here, a creative way to spend time together. Like,
I love sports. And so for me, it's easy. I know during baseball season, if I want to see him, like, I need to go watch baseball games. Or I go on the sidelines of a football game. So for me, I've just kind of figured that out. Like, if I want to spend time with him, that's the same way he does that for me. So, like, I enjoy animal rescue, and he has been super supportive of those endeavors.
That is so cool.
Like, he never knows when he comes home, like, is she going to have another dog in the house?
That's
like,
incredible.
What am I coming? Because usually I'll send a text, and it's not a permission text, like what he asked me to come on the podcast today. It was like, hey, I said yes to this dog, so when you come home,
just know there's another 4 legs in the house.
4 more legs in the house, and he's never really surprised by that. And so I think it goes both ways.
I love it.
That you have that support, and I think he gets to come to some cool activities that I get to host at the Bush School too.
Very cool.
Which is fun.
She thinks I have a cool job. I'm like, you're the one that gets to, like, an event with 4 former presidents of the United States all simultaneously there for a book release, and we get to go sit in the 22nd row and sit and experience. Like, that's cool.
Well, and I think the reason that there are so many, like, quote unquote power couples in this industry is because really a groundskeeper, somebody that literally has to give 100% every time they show up. Like, the only person that would make sense for them is and also a super ambitious perfectionist type of person. Because if you had somebody that was at home that didn't have that ambition or didn't have, that drive that a groundskeeper does, there'd probably be a lot of like, when the hell are you coming home texts.
Well, I mean,
and we have those too.
Yes, I can imagine.
I think there's some time
there's a time and place for it, for sure.
We are both highly driven,
yes.
and we're both very career focused, and I think that we had those conversations very early on that it's sometimes you're going to be giving a little bit more, knowing that later on I'm going to be the one giving. We think about that, I think, when we've moved places where it's like, well, we're moving for your job opportunity now, knowing that maybe in 10 years it might be you're moving for my job opportunity.
Yeah.
And so you see it as shared sacrifice.
And I mean, we're like, I'm just blessed. Like, we're blessed. Like, we're fortunate. We've been together since she was a freshman in college. And I was like,
crazy.
So like, the whole journey we have evolved and developed together, and we've had plenty of growing pains, like plenty of frustrations, but like together we have worked through them. Together we've figured out what works for us. We've learned like how to prioritize, and they always say like, a marriage is 50-50. It's 100-100.
Yeah.
You each have to give 100 every day, but it's just one person might be giving more of 100 of their 100 on any given day. Like, and I still go back to, like, I asked my grandparents who have been married for almost 70 years now.
Wow.
Like, I remember on their 40th wedding anniversary asking them, what's the key? What's the secret? And my grandpa said, the goal is to try and spoil the other one more than...
Oh, that's really sweet. So sweet.
Try and spoil the other one more than they spoil you on a daily basis.
Wow.
And
that's
like
really sweet.
That 30-some years later has stuck in my head. And so like every day I hope I'm spoiling her, and I think she's trying to do the same to me. And
I love it.
Now some days she probably wants to strangle me, and that's natural. But that's also like my grounding point too. Like, I'm really, really bad at balancing work and life, and so I can sense frustration sometimes. Like, and so that kind of grounds me of like, okay, Nick, you've got to check yourself back into balance.
Yeah.
Holly needs you at home, and so what can I shift? How do I make that happen?
Yeah.
And then trying to even more so model that for my younger generation, like my crew members that are in the infantile stages of their relationships or newlyweds. They're just starting to maybe hopefully have kids, or even like our students, so that we can, like, I want them to see Trevor, my assistant, he and his wife are having their second child on Friday.
Wow.
And I literally told him, I'm like, don't worry, like, once that happens, like, you don't think about work. We will handle this. Like, I want you to focus on her and your family, and that's the priority. And I don't care what, hopefully no one in my HR department listens to this. Like, I'm like, I don't care what HR tells you.
We'll figure it out.
You and I have this balanced. So do what you need to do. Let's just stay in communication. And like, so I want to make sure like my students see that. So they know as they progress, like, it can be done, and there's a way to balance it. There's a way to do the job. There's a way to balance it and still have all of the things that you want.
Well, because otherwise they're not going to want to go into this field. And I think you see that with some of your students who decide, this is not the career path for me because I want to have a family. I want to have a significant other. I want to do these other things. And they've seen people do it poorly. So I think they have to see examples of people doing it right, especially when we talk about generational differences. The younger generations, they want that work-life balance. And we have to find ways to provide that for them. And that's across, I think, any kind of field that we all experience burnout. And we need to find ways to try to alleviate that. And I think when you can model it, like we go... During football season, we get away and go to the beach every year for a whole week. And we unplug. And he does a great job of that because he knows we need that. After having a long summer of nonstop baseball, softball camp, tournaments, he needs that. So we specifically pick a week in the fall when football is either away or it's an off weekend, and we go we get away because we need that.
But we get creative about it. Like, it's a lot of people have the traditional view, like, summer is the time. Like, I get frustrated in my job because like everybody outside of like my department, our facilities department, like the number of emails I get, hope everybody had a relax and recovering summer.
Yes.
Like, and I'm like, we've been sweating our butts off because if we want to have success in September and October, we've got to work our butts off in June, August, July.
Yes.
And so like learning how to take a creative, non-traditional approach.
Yep.
Like you can't fit it in, everything doesn't fit into the normalized box.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times you've got to work outside and you're in the gray.
And you mentioned burnout a little bit, and one of my favorite questions for everyone is like, how do you step away from it? Because it is something that sometimes requires you to achieve work-life balance. Sometimes means telling your counterpart at work, like, hey, I need to walk away from this for a little bit. And I think last year your answer to that was that Holly does bring home some furry friends.
I do.
And that keeps you balanced in the sense that you get to...
It's hard to be stressed out when
Yes.
they're like happy tails greet you at the door.
Yes.
And I think it's you surround yourself with people who you trust, who you can trust to have that conversation with. I'm really overwhelmed right now, and I really need you to take this on because I have these 3 things going on, and I'm just stressed. So I think, and I'm fortunate. I work with some wonderful colleagues who they know if I'm stressed, and so they'll come and offer that. And I feel Nick has that as well. Like he's got wonderful people that he works with who he knows we can go away for a week in the fall and not have to really worry. Does that mean he's not going to be on his phone every now and then? Of course not. It's hard to completely unplug from his job just because of the nature of what they do.
Yeah.
But he does a good job of truly kind of letting it go. And I think if you don't do that, you're not going to last very long in whatever job you do.
True. So what are those things for you guys besides the furry friends? What is the current unplugging thing? Whether it's a podcast or a book or a hobby, what are those things that are currently keeping you sane away from even just coming to this conference at the start of the new year is always so good for me because I have such a hard time in that holiday crunch season where it feels like there's no there's no self-care for myself.
Yeah.
It's a family obligation or it's a school thing or it's the work stuff, and then this starts ramping up as soon as I get back from holiday, and it's like now we got the show, and so this is always like, okay, this is like the reset. So what are those things that you guys do when you need that reset?
I read. I'm a book reader.
Oh, Holly, you just opened up a whole new...
I'm a nerd, of course.
I love it. So yes, what is your genre?
So I read obviously like leadership and management.
Okay, yes.
Books. Like that's my...
I saw your Let Them on the water bottle.
I do every year I choose a word. That's so it's John Gordon's work.
That's a John Gordon thing.
I love it.
And it really grounds my year. And so I've done it for 13 years and I read Let Them. I finished it when we were on the beach actually. And like that resonates with me right now where I'm kind of in that phase of my life where I don't need to worry about other people's opinions. Yes, I care what people think, but I want to take more power back and say like, I'm comfortable with who I am and what I do, and I feel like I need to do a better job of that. And for me, I'm trying to model that for my students as well.
Yes.
So for me, I like to read.
Yes.
I'm a physical. I love to have the book in front of me.
Okay. Yes. The Kindle has revolutionized my world.
It's a lot less to travel with.
Yes,
it is.
It's a lot lighter.
So poor Nick. Like every time we've moved, I've got boxes that just say Holly's books, and then it says heavy on it.
Yes, I love it.
I like to take notes and write my
Yeah,
books.
that makes sense.
I loan them out to students. So for me, it's I like to read because it's something I enjoy that.
That's mine as well. I love.
And I love spending time with. I like to do animal rescue. That's the other thing. I feel like that's my kind of what grounds me in my community. It's my love of animals. Like again, I want to be a veterinarian, and so for me, I have this natural. I want to save things. So for us, that's the work we do with our rescue. So fostering, I've been on a board of directors, I volunteer.
Cool.
I feel like that's a good way for me to give back and provide that for animals.
Her latest thing is dog sports.
Oh, I do. So. I forgot. Yeah. So I took up doing I love training. So I'm a horse person.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm embarrassed to say that. I shouldn't be embarrassed by it. I grew up showing horses. And so I love training.
It's not as bad as Disney adults.
No.
I've done, and trust me, I'm verging on a Disney adult, so I'm allowed to say that. But I've done the poll where is horse girl or Disney adult? Which one's worse?
I just want to know which one's more expensive.
True.
A lot of us that do dog sports are former horse people that we just can't afford horses anymore or the space for horses. So I started doing nose work with our pit bull mix, Gracie. And it's brought this whole new community of people who enjoy training.
So cool.
And it's just fun for her and I to do together. It's bonded us. So we travel to trials kind of all over Texas.
I love it. That's so cool.
And she's got a whole new tribe now of people.
Yeah.
Like that's the neat thing for her.
Yeah.
Is, she's an extrovert, and so she needs that.
Yes.
Like that recharge from being with people, which is like I'm the exact opposite.
Yes.
And so like that's one way for her to recharge, and it's not always me that has to help with it.
So what do you do to recharge? Time alone.
Yeah, my time alone, time with her, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, she really keeps me grounded.
He likes to watch wrestling.
Like
you
real,
and Mike
no,
Gully.
different kind of
not that
wrestling.
wrestling.
Okay.
So, like, I was
I was
born...
like, that's a weird
I was
similarity.
I was born and raised in Iowa, so
Okay,
like,
so it's a big...
like,
yes.
Borderline came out of the womb with cauliflower and a headgear on, probably.
Oh, my goodness.
So, like, sports, obviously. So, like, obviously I work in college athletics. I love college athletics. Like, that's why I went into it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
like, I will take a college sport over just about any professional sport any day.
Yeah. My dad, he pointed out when I was really young, he was like, watch an NBA game and then watch a college basketball game. The squeaking of the shoes never stops in the college because
That's so true.
They're just like, they're giving
They're
it
hungry.
everything they've got. It's not about the glamour shot. It's about the grit and the heart of the sport.
But, I mean, I've gotten back into exercising, like just my job continues to evolve, and like there's some days where I just like I'm so used to being active and moving, and there's days where I don't always get that anymore.
To do that anymore,
and so like my kind of check myself is like reincorporating exercise back into my routine, so that helps. But yeah, like really a lot of it's I feel like I really don't always get a lot of time with Holly, and so we try to be very intentional about when we do have an opportunity, making sure that there's that connection there.
And what's your guys' favorite thing to do together?
I love going to the beach. I think we both love going to the beach.
Oh, I wish my husband loved the beach because that's my favorite place.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
I like going to watch sports with him. I really like watching volleyball or, I mean, you name it. It's fun to
I'm fine with anything. Like, I'm okay. Like, if we're sitting on the couch, like, just the fact we're together.
Just quality time.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, you go to the 5 love languages.
Yes,
and
I was just going to say.
And understanding, like, what her love language is, what mine is, and, you know, how you refill someone's bucket.
I saw like a great video that was like acts of service wife and a physical touch husband, and like the house is a mess and the husband's trying to give you a hug and it's like, get away.
I mean, that's kind of us a little. I mean, we're very different in terms of like,
Yes.
every kind of assessment you can come up with on the planet.
Yes.
Yeah,
We're
pretty
different.
much.
Opposites attract.
Love
Yes,
language,
it's
strengths,
so true.
you name it, we are about as opposite as they come. So
love
We enjoy,
it.
I mean, we enjoy spending time with family. You know, all of our families back in Iowa. I think when we go home for Christmas, it's a stressful usually 10 days because it's a lot of go.
Yep.
But like spending time with our nieces and nephews is
Very
wonderful.
cool.
And they're all they're older now, which
Yeah.
is super fun because it's like the relationship changes with them where you have real conversations.
Yes, yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, and I mean, you're not the uptight parent. Like you're the the aunt that like aunt and uncle that they can relate to or they'll open up to, and you're not.
My
the parent.
sister-in-law just had her first, and it really just felt like I was unlocking a new level. Like, because with my son, I just get to do like I'm always having to think of what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yep.
But I can mess that little girl up all I want. Like, not my problem.
It's her problem.
Like we say, like we give them all the things they want, and then we send them home and say, "Okay,
Yes,
go home with mom."
your
That's
problem.
not true, but they at the age they are now, like a couple of my nieces came down to see us this summer, and to see them kind of. One of them's graduating from high school this year,
Very
and talk to
cool.
her about college, and like those are just really neat conversations. Again, I think we just enjoy spending time together, whether that's going to a movie or going out to eat somewhere. I think that time together.
I mean, we find a show to binge.
I love
stuff
it.
like that.
What was your most recent binge?
We just binged
The Pit.
The Pit.
Okay, I've got to start it because you guys are the third person this week.
good.
who's
It was
told me
almost
this.
enough for me to subscribe to HBO.
I love it.
Because I was like, you're going to make me subscribe to HBO. Like, and by the end of it, I was like, shoot, I might want to do this. This is pretty entertaining.
So
Okay.
good. I mean, I liked ER when it was on originally, and I loved.
And he was in ER.
He was ER.
Okay.
It's really good.
Okay, I'm sold.
We
I'm sold.
we kind of have different probably taste in. Like I typically I'm a TV show. You're more of a movie person.
Okay.
But when we find a show, we usually can.
We set it aside.
Now,
it
We did
goes
that with Yellowstone. So like we waited a long time to watch Yellowstone
because you knew it was something you could watch together.
But then we knew we could watch it together.
Yes.
So that kind of became.
I love it.
Something that we
Do you guys
did.
think you could go on The Amazing Race together?
Absolutely not.
Nope.
Oh, that was no hesitation.
Nope.
Nope.
No shot.
That's incredible.
No,
oh my gosh.
I know exactly who of our friends he needs to go on that show.
That
with.
is incredible.
Our friend Matt, like they need to go on that together.
Oh my
but
gosh.
absolutely not.
So
That is so funny.
I'm trying to. Game shows probably. There's like,
Survivor. Do you think you
No.
could go?
no.
No.
She wouldn't. She wouldn't last.
I wouldn't
Oh my
last.
gosh.
No.
So
That is great.
No, I want to take like a real shower. I don't like to camp. Don't.
Yes,
I
no.
don't
Have
wanna
you seen
do-
that video that's like, no, I don't want to go and act like a homeless person for 3 days. Like I have a really comfy
I
space
grew up.
here.
My family liked to camp, and I
Yeah.
was like a teenager when they started doing that.
Oh,
I'm like,
brutal.
no, I'm going home. Like I'm
not even glamping.
Not-
She's not down for that.
No,
Brutal.
So
Well, you know yourself. That's important.
No.
yeah, there is not a competition. I think that we're both too competitive, and
Yeah. Well, and I also
We're both-
I'm not going to jump out of an airplane.
Yes,
or,
anytime I see those shows, I'm like, wow, my husband would be doing all the challenges.
and they can't do that on that show.
Yes,
like
they make you do
have
it
to
all.
alternate.
Yes,
Like, I don't.
Yes,
I don't
Not
want
for
to
me.
eat. I don't want to eat weird bugs. I
No.
don't want to. I mean, I could if I had to, but
No, I
it's
couldn't.
Not,
I couldn't for
it's
sure.
just not how I want to spend my time.
I don't have my glasses on, but I know that I have.
it's Nina.
Yes. Okay, it's Nina. I could kind of tell. And maybe Robin.
Yep.
Okay, look
More-
at that.
more women with
My
turf
eyesight,
power.
it's not as bad. Well, I wanted to thank you guys for joining me because I know you had a long day. But I would say the official press conference, the official debrief, you guys are good to go.
Sweet.
Like, I think
do
you
this
can do it
again?
again next
Okay.
year.
All right.
I didn't sense any undercurrent bad
No.
tension.
Well, she's got. I mean, like I said, I hope this is a gateway for her because
This
there's
is fun.
so much.
I like to share my knowledge.
There's so
that I
much
have.
knowledge she
That's-
has that
I
I
love
think
it.
our industry could benefit from. So, like, I hope that something that we can keep her coming back.
I love
and,
it.
Like whether it's,
Well,
any other topics
everyone
we touched
listening,
on.
make sure you put it in your post-show survey
There we
that
go.
There you
you
go.
enjoyed
They
and
want
that
us-
this is
they want
something
us
we
to
need
come
in the
back.
future.
So.
I think the more opportunities we have to grow individuals, the better off we are. Like
Definitely.
that professional development is so important across all levels of an organization, whether you're a CEO or if you're a student worker.
Yeah.
It's important at all those levels.
I love it.
It's what the Jungle Book taught us.
I love it.
Strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack.
Leave it to you to
It's
go back
so
to the-
true. I love it. Do you
so-
like the new one, the live action?
I
You're
haven't
so
watched that one.
random.
Oh, okay, you should. It's
I pulled
actually
that
pretty
from
good.
the book.
He's
Okay,
so-
a Roger Kipling.
Nick
Rudyard.
is the king of like
Rudyard.
random
Rudyard
facts
Kipling.
and
I
knowledge
love it.
that he'll just pull random things out, but he can't remember people's names.
Yes,
But he remembers
yes.
the most random things about things. So
That is so good. I
Very
love
much
it.
so.
I remember inaccurate facts. Like when I told everyone when the MLK parade was happening yesterday, they're like, "Oh, did he die here?" And I was like, "No, he died in Washington D.C. when he was giving the 'I Have a Dream' speech."
Close.
My boss pulled me aside later and was like, "I didn't want to embarrass you, but that is not true.
That's not true.
Not
That
quite.
is not how it went down."
So,
Yeah,
I was like, "Well, I learned about it from Forrest Gump, so that's where my
got our knowledge.
everything
from
I learned
movies.
about MLK, I learned
oh
from.
my goodness." Well, thank you guys again. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.